Hey everybody, how's it going? Kelly from MMG Let's Play here, and I wasn't planning on making another vlog so soon after doing my Thanksgiving video, but apparently there's some things I need to get off my chest. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are going to be looking for Steins Gate 0, at least my Let's Play of it, if not some of your other favorite YouTubers' Let's Plays of it. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, it's going to be really hard to find, and the reason why is because PCube, the publisher of the game, has contacted several Let's Players, not myself. I've actually reached out to them, haven't heard anything yet, but from what I've heard, they're actually asking people not to play anything past the 1 hour mark when it comes to Steins Gate 0. Now, obviously, this isn't something new or rare. It's something that I've seen happen quite consistently when it comes to visual novels, especially in regards to certain companies and how they handle it. And the reason why they think this is because they believe that visual novels are so story heavy that if somebody watches a Let's Player play through the game, they're not gonna make it, their sales are gonna go down, yada yada yada. You guys know probably that whole entire spiel. So from one perspective, I understand why they want us to hold off on Steins Gate. On the other, it's a really outdated thought process, if I do say so myself. And so I figured I'd kind of get my thoughts together in a video. I'm sure there's dozens of other people, or if not thousands of other people, that have voiced their opinions, but I really wanted to make sure that like you guys knew where I came from and what my thought process was, what my perspective was on this. So that's what this video is going to be. Now, first off, I really think that the whole idea of people watching a visual novel equals zero sales or lower sales is a very archaic way of thinking. But it's not just specifically to a certain company. Like, don't go to PCube and like raise your pitchforks or anything like that, because it's not just them. There's a ton of other companies that do it. There's a reason why I can't play Higurashi no Nakokoro ni or Umineko or a ton of other games that I actually thought about playing. Kata wa Shoujo, which apparently is really gory and grotesque, so kind of glad I didn't play that one after my little corpse party binge. But yeah, there's a ton of games like that where people just aren't allowed to play the game for a wide audience. But I really think this doesn't stem from a publisher perspective. It's a very Japanese mindset. And the reason why this happens is because for some reason in Japan, they don't want people to have access to their stuff. It sounds really weird, but like it's true. I don't know if you guys have followed like any J-pop at all, but a lot of times there's so many artists, like myself included, like I love Utada is a really good example because she just released a CD and I love her music, and there's some music videos that I wanted to watch on YouTube. Yeah, not available in my country. Not that I couldn't watch it or that, you know, I had to go to the artist's official channel. On her channel, I click on the link and it says I'm not allowed to watch it in my country. Why? Why is that a thing? Like, why does that matter? I don't understand. But I think that has to go, again, with the Japanese mindset of like, if somebody else from a different country or somebody that's not in Japan has access to it, they're losing out on something. But I think it's the opposite. I really think that if the Japanese community, society understood how the internet works at this point, they'd be able to get a lot more from it. And that's also one of the reasons why, if you guys have heard of K-pop or follow K-pop at all, it's so huge, because K-pop as a whole typically doesn't care what people do with their music. Now obviously if you're just like straight re-uploading their music videos and stuff like that, they'll probably have a problem with that, but there's like fan translations of the lyrics, there's people that do like ranking videos and they use, you know, clips of the songs, people share the videos, there's a bunch of stuff that they're allowed to do that you're not allowed to do with Japanese music videos. And I think that's one of the reasons why K-pop is bigger than any other type of medium when it comes to like Asian music. But that's just my take on it. But yeah, I think it's very strange that they believe people who watch music videos or watch somebody else play it is going to decrease in sales. If 100 people watch my playthrough of Steins Gate, that doesn't equal 100 people who would have bought the game. I honestly strongly feel that people who watch a playthrough have already completed the game themselves, or want to get an idea of what the game is going to be like, and then they're going to want to play the game themselves and experience it first. They typically go to a Let's Play to see what their reactions are going to be for certain parts, like, oh, I can't wait to see what happens when he finds out this person dies, or what's going to happen when this plot twist is revealed. They want to know in advance, typically, from what I can tell, and I'm usually that way too. Like when I watch a YouTuber, if it's a game that I'm really a big fan of, you know, I like to play ahead so I can see what's coming, but of course now that I am a YouTuber, it's a little bit harder to do that. I have to keep myself blind for a bunch of other games so that you guys get a genuine reaction. But anyways, yes, I don't believe that sales are affected by this. Of course, I don't have specific numbers or anything. If anything though, I would almost say that you're building a fan base by having other people play the game. I wouldn't have played Steins myself. Nobody would have heard of some of these games, but now they're big fans of it. They'll buy the merchandise, you know, art books, things like that. If and when you do release things like that, there's a support like system for it. So anyways, that's kind of my whole take on the initial thought process, but the more I thought about it, I kind of like fell deeper and deeper into this rabbit hole of why do people think this way? So here's my little analysis of things, right? Okay, so the main issue that people have is that since it's a visual novel, the story is the main thing, and that's why there's no replayability to a game. But that doesn't make any sense to me, because the more I think about it, there's comedy games, there's horror games, and if you watch somebody play games like that, you know where stuff is, you know where all the funny jokes are, or you know where all the jump scares are. So with that mentality, why would somebody play a comedy game or a horror game? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Also, people reread novels. Like, I have played, well, okay, let's stay on track here. I have read some of my favorite novels countless times, and there's people out there who reread the same books, whether it's like Harry Potter. I mean, has anybody really read Harry Potter once if you're a big fan? No. You reread it and you find new little tidbits and create new theories and things like that. But at the same time, it's the same thing for visual novels. Like, I love Phoenix Wright, and I think I've played the original game probably about 10 times by now. And I love it. I love the comedy, I love the humor. Yeah, I know what's gonna happen, I know who the murderer is. Doesn't really matter, you know? So the idea that somebody who just watches it once and they're just gonna be done with it, I don't think that's accurate, because maybe it's going to be 3-4 years down the road, but they're going to reminisce and feel all nostalgic and, oh, I'm going to talk to my friend about this game, and then it's going to make me want to play it, and they're going to buy the game if they don't have it, or if they sold it, they're going to regret it, you know? So I don't really understand why they think that once somebody plays through a game or reads a visual novel, they're going to be done with it. I may even play Narcissu again, like a year down the road, if I just feel really nostalgic or want to depress myself, because apparently that's what I like to do. Yeah. So anyways, obviously this whole stance is disappointing from a number of different perspectives. From a fan perspective, there's no community that you can really like interact with, you know, with Let's Players. At least you can talk in the comments. Of course, some are more toxic than others, but I really like our community, and I love the fact that we can like analyze a story, you know. You guys will string me along, you won't really spoil anything, but you can talk about like, oh, this person's so good or so bad or so evil, or what are their motives, and it makes it really fun to become a part of this whole system when it comes to the game and what it's about. But of course, from a YouTuber, it's also extremely disappointing, because as a small YouTuber myself, I really straddle that line of what games can I play and what games can I not play, because I'm so small. And even now, I think they consider like a YouTuber that has like 10,000 subscribers a small YouTuber, so I'm like a microscopic YouTuber, you know? Like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to have somebody revive my channel if it gets shut down after, you know, a publisher or something like that doesn't like the videos that I make. So I have to be really careful in regards to what I do. But of course, at the same time, I don't have an infinite amount of money. I'm not getting developer codes to play games for free or anything like that. So I have to be very careful as to what money or how much money I spend on what game. I don't want to spend 40, 50, 60 bucks in a game for the channel and then find out that I can't play. You know, I'm really glad I waited on Root Letter, because that was one of the other games that PQ had published that they had asked. And again, it's fine. Like, I'm not gonna like bash them specifically, but again, I was disappointed in the fact that I'm not able to play that game. So I'm glad I waited off on it. I may play it in my downtime, but now I'm gonna wait till it's a cheaper price for me to play because I won't be able to play for the channel. So yeah, and then of course for you guys, it's a lot easier because like, even though you're not able to watch me play it, you can go out to the store, you can pick up the game, you can play through it, and you can at least be satisfied in that sense if you have the system to play it. Now, for me on the other hand, I have no idea when I can play this game, and I really want to play it. So it's like, do I have to wait 30 days? Do I have to wait a year? When am I going to be able to play this game and experience it? I don't know, because I don't want to be impatient and like play through the game because I'm going to have it like later today. Well, I say today, but this is going to be yesterday for you guys. But like, I don't want to play through it and then have like half the game covered by the time they say, oh, okay, like you can play the game now. And then I'm not gonna have a genuine reaction. So I don't even know when I'm gonna be able to play it, and it's gonna suck even worse because it's available. Like, I have it in my hands and I can't play it. So I don't really know if there's a best approach to this kind of mentality, or you know, what to do with this whole idea. Right now, I'm just gonna wait and see. I'm gonna wait and see what other YouTubers do. There are about 3 or 4 other YouTubers that I follow myself that play these type of games, and I'm really curious to see what's going to happen when, if or when they play Steins Gate 0, if they get reached out to by P-Cube or some other publisher and are requested to only show like the first hour, you know, what's going to happen then. So I'm going to play it by ear and see how it goes there, and then maybe like in the next week or so, hopefully I can start playing it, but we'll see. And again, you guys know my schedule, my posting schedule, so it's not like I'm gonna blitz through the game in a week or anything like that. It's gonna take a while, we're gonna take it nice and easy, but I'm really hoping that we'll get some answers really soon. But if I had anything I could say to the developers of the game, like to P-Cube or any of the people who have made like the Higurashi games or anything like that, or who have published it and brought it to the US, what I would really like to see, because I don't have the numbers, I don't have the metrics as to how accurate this mentality is come up with like almost like a 30-day model where you release the game and say for 30 days nobody's allowed to do any Let's Plays of it. Yes, it sucks, but at least it's just a 30-day window, and then they can see how their sales do. And then when they say, okay, YouTubers, go ahead and go for it, have at it, have fun with the game, dive into it as deep as you want to, see what happens to the sales. Do they go up? Do they go down? Do they stay the same? And you'll have at least an accurate metric of whether or not visual novels or any other game is affected by YouTubers playing it. I don't know, I'm really curious about that. Hopefully somebody in the industry will be able to see this video. I know I've gotten quite long and ranty already, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut up. But I wanted to give you guys kind of my concise thought process and everything in regards to this whole mentality, and why you may not be seeing Steins Gate, at least for a little bit, on this channel. But I will be playing it by ear. I am super excited for it. If I can't do a Let's Play of it, I may even do like a reaction type video where maybe every chapter or every section I can do like my thoughts on it from there, so that we can at least have something together. Yeah, so I don't know, but anyways, kind of sucks, but that is what it is. And until we get some more definitive answers, I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to play Steins Gate, which is really disappointing. I have thought about even doing like the 1 hour preview video, not only for this game, but for like Higurashi and Umineko, but I feel like in an hour, you're not really going to cover much, plus the fact of spending 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks to play a game for like an hour or two, again, it's going to be really tough to do. So anyways, it sucks, but that is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and shut up now. So hopefully you guys have an awesome rest of your day. Sorry that I'm not gonna be able to play Steins Gate at least right away, but either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'll see you guys on the next MAMJ. Let's play. What I've realized is like this year especially has been really hard for a lot of people, myself included. It's been crazy. And I'm not saying I'm stressed out or that things have been awful and terrible and oh, my life is so bad, but at the same time, like, some very unexpected things have happened that have revealed a lot more craziness in my life than I initially realized. So I figured what I would do is kind of sit back and reflect on what I'm specifically thankful for, as opposed to focusing on all the bad things, because that's what we do, is we focus on everything negative that's happened when we talk about like 2016 was a terrible year.